Hi everyone. Today we will be discussing questions from day 15 of the revision program. Question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding the preamble of Indian Constitution. Statement 1. It declares India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Statement 2. Preamble acts as an aid during the interpretation of articles in the Constitution. Statement 3. The 42nd Amendment to the Constitution changed unity of nation to unity and integrity of the nation. Which of the above statements are correct? You all might know that the preamble was based on the objective resolution moved by Jawaharlal Nehru in 1946. It's not enforceable in the court, but it can be used for interpretation of articles. During the initial time, preamble consists of sovereign democratic republic, and it was only in the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, socialist and secular, those two words were added to the preamble. Also, in this 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, unity of the nation was changed to unity and integrity of the nation. Hence, the answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 2. Consider the following statements about fundamental rights. Statement 1. They promote the idea of political democracy. Statement 2. They are permanent in nature. Statement 3. Only Parliament can make law to enforce a fundamental right. Which of the above statements are correct? These fundamental rights are not absolute. They are not permanent. They can be amended by the Parliament, and also reasonable restrictions can be imposed upon them. Also, they promote the idea of political democracy. The social and economic democracy, we find them in the directive principles of state policy. And also, if a fundamental right needs to be enforced, the law have to be made by the Parliament itself. State cannot make law for the enforcement of fundamental rights. Hence, the answer is B, option 1 and 3 only. Question number 3. Which principles among the following was added to the directive principles of state policy by the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution? Statement 1. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Second, participation of workers in the management of industries. Next, right to work, education and public assistance. And the last one, securing living wage and human conditions of work to workers. So, as I said earlier, the Constitution was amended in the year 1976. It was a 42nd Amendment Act, and they also added 3 new directive principles that were equal justice and free legal aid, participation of workers in management of industries, and protection of environment, forest and wildlife. Hence, the answer is option B, participation of workers in the management of industries. Question number 4. The secular character of Indian state is evident from which of the following provisions of Indian Constitution? 1. Preamble. 2. Fundamental rights. And 3. Fundamental duties. In the preamble, as I have said earlier, in the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, they have added the word secularism. And in the fundamental rights, we see secularism in many explicit and implicit forms. For example, Article 14, it says that the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or equal protection of the laws. It can also be seen in fundamental duties as well. Hence, the answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 5. Which of the following are devices of direct democracy? 1. Referendum. 2. Recall. 3. Plebiscite. As we all know, democracy is of 2 types, direct and indirect. In the indirect democracy, people elect the representatives and they are the ones who make laws and govern the country. In direct democracy, people are actually involved in running the nation. They are also part of passing of the legislations and governance. So, in the countries with direct democracy, they usually employ 4 devices. They are referendum, initiative, recall and plebiscite. Hence, the answer is option A, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 6. Match these schedules of Constitution to what they contain. Statement 1. First schedule, list of names of all states and union territories. Next, second schedule, provisions relating to the emoluments, allowance, privileges and so on of president, governor, judges, etc. Fifth schedule, provisions relating to the administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes. Eighth schedule, languages recognized by the Constitution. See, all the statements given here are linked to their correct provisions, and we have also given the important schedules and the containing provisions. They have been given in the answer key, so please go through them. Question number 7. Consider the following statements regarding 9th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Statement 1. The 9th schedule was added to the Constitution by the First Amendment in 1951. Statement 2. Authority of judiciary to review any law include those put in the 9th schedule as well. The first statement is right. That is, the 9th schedule was added to the Constitution by the First Amendment in the year 1951. So, what is this 9th schedule? It was added to the Constitution so that the articles, the laws included in them is beyond judicial review. So that was the purpose for which 9th schedule was added. But the court later opined that such blanket protection cannot be given to any schedules. But it also upheld the parliament's power to place a particular law in the 9th schedule. But they said that the complete denial of judicial review with respect to any schedule is not possible. So that verdict was given in I.R. Coelho versus State of Tamil Nadu case. Hence, the answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 8. Consider the following statement. 1. Indian brand of socialism is democratic socialism. 2. Democratic socialism holds faith in a mixed economy where both public and private sectors coexist. So, soon after independence, there was a fierce debate over what kind of economy we have to follow. Whether it should be a completely socialist one or whether we have to rely on complete market-based economy. There were many takers for both of these strategies. However, it was later decided that we will follow a middle path, and that path is called democratic socialism. In that economy, it's not completely socialist one, but state follows a welfare approach. They adopt a mixed economy strategy. Both private and public sector coexist side by side. Hence, the answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 9. Consider the following statements regarding National Genomic Grid. Statement 1. National Genomic Grid will study genomic data of random people from India. Statement 2. It will be done through a network of pan-India collection centers. So, what is this really, this National Genomic Grid? It was announced lately by the government. Its purpose is not to collect random genomic data, but they will be collecting genomic data of cancer patients from all over India. They will establish a network of pan-India collection centers and bring all cancer treatment institutions, and from them they will collect the data. Hence the answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 10. Consider the following statement regarding Food Safety Mitra. Statement 1. It's launched by Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Statement 2. The scheme will improve the ease of doing business in food sector. See, actually this Food Safety Mitra was launched by Food Safety and Standards Authority of India in order to improve the ease of doing business. It focuses on supporting the small and medium scale food businesses and to ensure that they are in compliance to the food safety laws. And also they have this provision for Food Safety Mitra, who is an individual professional certified by FSSAI who assists in ensuring compliances related to FSS Act. So, hence the answer is option C, both 1 and 2. So that's all for today. We will be launching the topics and questions for day 16 of the revision program tomorrow. So please check the YouTube channel.